Hi, Miss Cowan's class. I am Miss Mallory from the Cowan Street Project, which, just to remind you, brings drama into your classroom. And so I am here to continue my lesson with you with creative play and drama. Let's see. So again, I'm Miss Mallory from the Cowan Street Project, and today what we're going to work on is pantomime and storytelling. But first, before we get into it, I would like for you to watch the story that I recorded for you. Now we're going to be changing the story that we work on for your class. Before we were working with The Day the Crayons Quit, but we decided to change the story to Wuzzy Revere Engineer. So I have a video of me reading it for you, and if you could watch that before we get into today's lesson, that would be awesome. So again, we are doing Wuzzy Revere Engineer, and today we are working on pantomiming and storytelling. But before we do that, I want to review what we talked about last week in last week's video, which is the tools of an actor. So just to review, if you remember the 3 tools of an actor, I want you to say them out loud right now. The 3 tools of an actor. If you don't remember, it's totally okay. But just to remind you, the 3 tools of an actor are what you have on you already, and they help you tell whatever story it is that you want to tell. So the 3 tools of an actor are your, and you can do this with me, your body, your voice, and your imagination. Again, the 3 tools of an actor are your body, your voice, and your imagination. So those are the 3 tools of an actor. Let's see, what else? Last week we learned a cool new word, and it starts with a T, and it means a frozen picture. Do you remember what that word is? It starts with a T, and it means a frozen picture. So the word that we learned last week is tableau. That's T-A-B-L-E-A-U. So tableau is a frozen picture, and that frozen picture helps you tell a story. All right, so we went over the 3 tools of an actor that we learned last week, and we also went over what tableau is. Now I want to introduce to you pantomime and what it means to be a storyteller, or what storytelling is. Now, pantomime is going to be a little bit different from tableau, but pantomime and tableau kind of go together. So while a tableau is a frozen picture, a pantomime is a moving picture. So if I were to be a tableau of a baseball player, my tableau would probably, if I had a bat in my hand, I would probably look like this, right? Getting ready to hit a ball with a bat. If I were doing a pantomime of a baseball player, then I would be a moving picture of that, which means I would do this. But with pantomiming, you don't make any sounds. You don't speak at all. So pantomime is a silent moving picture. Kind of like, I don't know if you've ever heard of what a mime is, but mimes, they act things out without talking. So you might have seen a mime do this before, where they act like they're in a box. So they're pantomiming being inside of a box. So a tableau is a frozen picture, and a pantomime is a moving picture. So that's the difference between the 2. Again, what is pantomime? Is it a frozen or a moving picture? That's right, it's a moving picture. So a pantomime is a moving picture. Tableau is a frozen picture. Pantomime is a moving picture. And then the other thing that we're going to learn today is how to be a storyteller or to go into storytelling. So we're going to do an activity that relates to this to kind of animate what it looks like better. But to tell a story, there are different things that you need to do. First off, you need to kind of tell the details of the story. You need to dream up the details of the story. Where are you? If you're holding an object and you're talking about this object, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Does it smell like something? If you're telling a story, you want to know the 5 W's. So you want to know where, when, why, who, what, when, where, why. So who, what, when, where, and why. So who is the story about? Where is the story set? When is the story set? Where is it set? Did I say that already? Who, what, when, where, and why. And then also, why is the story being told? Those are the 5 W's. So you could also say how. Like, how is the story being told? Is it by voice? Is it by video? Is it by movement? Is it by pictures? Those are all things that come together to tell a story. Another thing that we use to tell a story are the 3 tools that we talked about. The 3 tools of an actor: your body, your voice, and your imagination. So you use those things to tell a story. So we will go into that in a little bit. And again, please make sure that you watch the story of Rosie Revere Engineer, which I have recorded separately for you to watch as many times as you'd like to refer back to it. First, we need to warm up the tools that you have. We have to warm up the tools of an actor, and we have that warm up now. So before you do anything, it's really important to warm up. Just like with athletes, they have to warm up in order to get their muscles going so that they don't get injured. And the same thing applies for actors. So you don't want to injure your vocal cords, so you have to warm up your voice. You have to warm up your body. You have to loosen it up a little bit before you use it to tell a story. And then we are also warming up our imaginations by warming up. Kind of gets your brain going a little bit. So first we're going to warm up. You can stay seated for this warm up, but definitely take this time to use your energy and move your body around. First off, I want you to reach above your heads. Act like there's candy in the ceiling. So reach your hands up above your head. You can even act like you're climbing a rope. Now, wiggle your fingers. Drop your fingers. Drop your wrists. Drop your elbows. And then drop your shoulders. Now, take a crayon. This is a crayon in my head. Put it on top of your head like this and draw some circles with your head with that crayon onto the ceiling. Draw 4 circles. Now do it the other way 4 times. Very slowly. Now, I want you to take that crayon, take it off of your head, break it in half, and stick each half on your shoulders. Here and one here. Now, draw circles on both sides of the room with the crayons on your shoulders. Let's do 4 backwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now 4 forwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just heard some bones cracking. Okay, now take these crayons, put them back together. Just put it away for now. Set it to the side. Now, I want you to give me a superhero chest. So what does a superhero chest look like? For me, a superhero chest is nice and big and proud and powerful. So let's do superhero chest. Now let's do a villain chest. Villain kind of just get small and tiny and evil, right? Now, let's go back to superhero chest. Big and proud and out, and then villain chest. And small. Shrink. Now, superhero chest again. Now, villain chest. Superhero chest. Now, villain chest. Oh, okay, good job. Now, I want you to create a ball of energy in between your hands like this. So clap your hands, use your hands. Now clap them together and create a warm ball of energy until it becomes nice and warm. Okay, now wake up your body with this ball of energy. Start off with your head, back of your head, your face, your arms, shoulders. Let's go to your chest. Go like this. Ah. Now go to your belly and your back and your hips and your thighs. Now your legs and your calves, even to your feet. Okay, now I want you to warm up your face. So make your face nice and big like this. Eyes big, mouth big. Now small. Big. Now small. 2 more times. Big. Now small. Big and small. Okay. Now we need to warm up our voices and our mouth. So first you're going to blow your lips out like a horse, but don't make any sound and don't make any vibrations with your mouth. You just go like this. Now you can play with sound and vibrating your lips. Play with some sound. Okay, now let's go ahead and warm up our voices and this tool here, our face, our body, our mouths. We're going to do this by going through the alphabet. So with every letter that you say, don't just say A. I want you to use your entire face to do the alphabet. So if I say A, it's A. So make sure to use your cheeks and your lips and your nose and your eyes to do the alphabet. We're going to start at the beginning. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So hopefully your cheeks are all warmed up and loosened now. Now, let's get into some tongue twisters. I have a couple for you. If you know them on your own, you can do your own, but I'll start off with a couple. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. Now say it again with me. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. I say it a little bit faster. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. You know you need unique, New York. You know you need unique New York. Unique New York, unique New York, you know you need unique New York. Now let's try this next one. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. You might know this one already. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Let's do it a little bit faster. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? A little bit faster. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? And one more. The big black bug bleeds blue-black blood, but the little black bug bleeds blue. The big black bug bleeds blue-black blood, but the little black bug bleeds blue. The big black bug bleeds blue-black blood, but the little black bug bleeds blue. A little bit faster. The big black bug bleeds blue-black blood, but the little black bug bleeds blue. Oh my gosh. Good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. So now that we have warmed up our tools, our body, our voice, and our imagination, we are going to start with our activities. So to better demonstrate what a pantomime is, or what it means to pantomime, the moving picture, right? We are going to start with pantomiming our favorite foods. So at the count of 3, say your favorite food out loud. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to guess that you said pizza or pasta or burgers or fries. There is no wrong answer. Everyone has a different favorite food. Couple that I can think of, one of my favorite foods is chips. I like chips and guacamole. I also like pizza and sandwiches. So what we're going to do is we're going to pantomime. We're going to create a moving picture of those favorite foods. So I'm going to pantomime a couple of favorite foods, and you have to guess what it is that I am pantomiming eating. Let's see, what's the first one? So what am I eating? What am I eating when I do this? Chips and guac, or chips and dip, chips and salsa. It could also be carrots and ranch dressing, any of those things, anything that you can dip. So now it's your turn. I want you to pantomime what your favorite food is. I'll give you a second. Pantomime what your favorite food is. Well, if your favorite food is pizza, this might be what it looks like. Let's see, how do you eat a pizza? Put some more pepper on it. Very good. I'm going to put the pizza down. Are there any other foods that you want to pantomime? Let's see, what's another good food to pantomime? What about a sandwich? I'm going to pantomime myself making a sandwich. How was that? Can you do better? Show me you pantomiming eating a sandwich, making and eating a sandwich. All right, cool. Now, let's try pantomiming something from Rosie Revere. So, in the story, let's see. In the story, in the beginning, she wants to make her uncle, Zookeeper Fred, a hat. And he's a zookeeper, right? So she makes him a hat from parts of a fan and some cheddar cheese spray, which everyone knows keeps the pythons away. So we're going to pantomime making a hat for Zookeeper Fred from parts of a fan and some cheddar cheese spray. So let's do that. What would that look like for you? First, you try it, and then I will show you what I think it looks like to make a hat for her uncle Zookeeper Fred. Please, go ahead. Okay, well, if I were making a hat for my uncle Zookeeper Fred, this is probably what it would look like. Remember, I'm going to pantomime. I'm not going to say anything while I do it. Now, before we move on from pantomiming, now that you know what pantomiming is, which is a moving picture, I would like for you to show me a tableau of how you're feeling right now. So let's try it out. Show me a tableau of how you're feeling right now. How are you feeling? Are you sad? Are you happy? Are you excited? Tired? Bored? Hungry? Those are all really good options. How are you feeling right now? Perform a tableau, a frozen picture of how you feel right now. So, if I were to give you a tableau of how I feel right now, let's see, I feel excited to bring drama to you. So, if I were to give you a tableau of excited, it might look like this. Did I do okay? Was that good? Was that a good frozen picture? If you haven't done it yet, go ahead. Show me a tableau of how you're feeling. Cool. Now, what I would like for you to do is to pantomime or give me a moving picture of what it is that you missed most about being in school. Pantomime, give me a moving picture of what you miss most about being at school. If I were to show you a pantomime of what I miss most about being in school, it would probably be this. Oh, pantomime, right? Not tableau. I had to catch myself. If I had to pantomime what I miss most being at school, it would be, oh, maybe this. So what was I pantomiming? I was pantomiming playing with friends. So that might be what it would look like when I was with my friends at lunch. We would do all sorts of crazy things like the, gosh, what was it? The clappy games. You know what I mean? Playing with friends. That's what I would miss most about school, or running around, or playing basketball. So pantomime what it is that you miss most about being in school. All right, good job. So now we are going to move on to storytelling. And in order to do that, we are going to get into an activity. So this activity is called What's in the Box? What's in the box? So what you'll do, and I'll demonstrate first. What we're going to do is we are going to imagine that you have a box. So here in my hands, I have an imaginary box. And I'm going to talk about what is inside the box. Now, it doesn't have to be anything that makes like actual sense. It doesn't have to be anything that might fit in an actual box this size. It can be anything that you want. It could be a puppy. It could be a plane. It could be a basketball court. It could be anything that you want it to be, but you have to describe it. So what I'm going to do is describe what's in my imaginary box. And what you'll do is you'll guess what is in it. So you can say it out loud, say it to yourself, but say it out loud. What is in my imaginary box? So here is my imaginary box. Let's see. Let me take the top off the box. Ooh, okay. What is in my imaginary box? Well, right now, it is furry. It is striped. The stripes are like a yellow, gold, and black. It has very sharp teeth, kind of pointy ears, and a long tail. Very big paws too. Don't want to make it mad. What is in my box? I will tell you. It's a tiger. Striped, right? It's striped, it's furry, long tail, sharp teeth. So I had a tiger in my box. It is your turn now. Hold up your imaginary box. Pick off the lid. And look in the box and tell me what is in your box. Describe it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Is it big? Is it round? Is it square? Does it make any sounds? Is it dangerous? Is it nice? Describe all of these things. Describe what is in your imaginary box. Okay, good job. Let's see. What else can let's see. I'm going to take something else out of my imaginary box. I'm going to describe something else. All right, here is my imaginary box. It's kind of a small box, right? Let me take the lid off. Cool. Never had one of these before. What is in my imaginary box? It has buttons and a screen. It's light blue. Yeah, the pictures on the screen are moving and make sounds, and what? There's a game on it. Animal Crossing. What? Oh, I think I know what this might be. What do you think it is? I'm going to take it out of the box. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a Nintendo Switch. Oh, cool. It has buttons. It has a screen. I'm playing Animal Crossing on it. Oh, very cool. I've never had one of these before. I'm going to put it away now because we have to get to class. Cool. So now you get it. Part of storytelling is describing what is in the story. You have to describe the characters, you have to describe the details of the objects. You know, if you are talking about a table, it's not just a table. Describe the table when you're telling a story. Is it a round table? Is it tall? Is it short? Is it made out of wood? Is it plastic? Does it have like a weird feel to it? Is it bumpy? Is it smooth? Is there anyone sitting on it? Part of storytelling is just giving those details. So part of imagining what is in this magic box is just giving those details. So let's move on. And we will do a magic box from the story, something from Rosie Revere. So let's do that. I know that you have looked and watched at the story already, so I'm going to pull something out of this box. So here is my magic box, my imaginary box. And let's see, what might be in here? We talked about it earlier. I'm going to describe it to you. In my magic box is something that you wear on your head. It looks like there's cheddar cheese on it and parts of a fan. So what is in this imaginary box? Something that I actually made earlier by pantomiming. Let's look. Oh my gosh. It's the hat that Rosie made for her Uncle Zookeeper Fred. It's got parts of a fan. It's got cheddar cheese. So there you go. Now, if you have these things, if you could please pull out a piece of paper and a pencil or some crayons, and we are actually going to draw what was in the magic box. So we can actually do that together and take a few minutes to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out, take a few minutes to pull out a piece of paper. Okay. So I have my piece of paper, I have my binder, and I'm going to draw what I think was in that imaginary box, or anything that I described earlier. So I did a tiger, a Nintendo Switch, and the hat from Rosie Revere Engineer. So let's take a few minutes to draw what was in the magic box earlier. I'm going to do it right now too. I'm not a very good drawer, so it's okay if you weren't either. If you are, that's fantastic, but I'm not a very good drawer. I usually draw stick figures, so. How you doing over there? Are you still drawing? It's okay if you're not finished yet, but I will show you my very bad drawing of the cheese hat for Zookeeper Fred. So what I have here is I have parts of a fan. It's pretty much the entire fan except for the backing of it. So I have like the blades of the fan here, and I have the cord with the little plug. I even kept a screwdriver on there because why not? And then this says cheese. It's backwards on your screen, but this is cheese to let you know that this is the sprayed cheddar cheese that Rosie Revere put on the hat. And this is the hat. Look, it's a hat that you can put on your head. So you may continue to keep drawing if you'd like. But if you are done, then what I will say is good job today. Please give yourselves a round of applause. And I will see you next week. And on the count of 3, say drama class. 1, 2, 3, drama class. See you next week.